Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Acupuncture's My Life. Now, I've had an interesting conversation from someone from Iceland. Her name is Nella. And she contacted Acupuncture's My Life a few days ago, and I'd gotten back to her yesterday, which was very interesting. I didn't know. I wouldn't say it's a surprise. I just didn't know we had an audience in Iceland, but apparently we do. And I'd also recommended to Nella, just as I'm recommending to all of you guys, download the Acupuncture's My Life app so you can engage in private chat sessions. Because I had a teleconference session with Nella, and the cost of doing that relative to just simply downloading the app and gaining free access to telehealth, I mean, it goes without question. But her issue was, and she had wanted or requested that I discuss it in a future podcast, was she's sweating profusely at night, and then sometimes having to wake up in the middle of the night to change her nightwear. Now, she had spoken with several relatives about it, but it was just, maybe she should drink more water. And she had gone to her doctor to discuss it, and she felt he'd sort of blown it off as, early premenopausal symptoms, but she's in her early 30s. So, yes, I made my recommendations as far as going to see an endocrinologist and, her gynecologist and so forth and so on. Because here at Acupuncture's My Life, we're in no way, shape, or form anti-allopathic medicine, because we work together with tons of doctors, different specialists, in treating ailments, putting together treatment therapies that are beneficial for the patient, because it's all about you guys here at Acupuncture's My Life. We don't say, don't see a doctor, only see an acupuncturist. No, we never say that. Now, there are many cases where acupuncture can be just enough, where you may not need prescribed medication or over-the-counter medication, and we may bring that up just to give you an alternative, but we never speak in absolute terms, as to what you should and should not do, and this is the best and this is the worst for you. But back to Nella from Iceland. Last night's telehealth conference was pretty interesting with regard to her sweat, because I previously had a patient who would wake up in pools of sweat, and I'd explain to her that I'd explained to him, to go see a specialist along with his primary doctor, because sweating at night can be associated with several types of cancers. So one must be very careful. And this is why here at Acupuncture's My Life, we speak about being proactive when it comes to your health. Because so many people globally just take living for granted. Oh, I can wake up in the morning, breathe, eat, go to the bathroom, and do whatever, I'm good. Nothing really hurts, that has me like keeled over, bent over. And again, I'll tell you over and over, your body gives off so many signals that something is wrong. Address the problem. Even if you want to like correlate that with a vehicle, today's vehicles where your check engine light comes on, or low air pressure in the tire light, or your change oil light, and so forth and so on. These things come on is giving you a warning. Hey, look into this. Look into this before it gets worse. The body does the same thing, but the awesome part about the body is it doesn't have to be programmed to give off signals like a car, any type of vehicle. I tell you, the most awesome machine on this planet is the human body. But it gives off symptoms, and the sign of symptoms, something must be done or this can get worse. And profusely sweating at night, every night, can be an early symptom of 6 different types of cancers. And it's important to understand that. Include that. Now, it's not an end all. It's not absolute. So don't say, oh my gosh, I sweat last night. Do I have cancer? No. Don't want you freaking out like that. And this is why I say follow Acupuncture is My Life on every social media platform under Acupuncture is My Life. Or on Twitter at acu_is_my_life. Go to our website, acupunctureismylife.com. Subscribe to the weekly newsletter twice a week, at least twice a week. You get tons of information sent to your email box explaining the benefits of acupuncture. So you have no excuse. Because to say, even when it comes to cancer, a precursor to that in acupuncture, it starts with blood stasis. And if you're doing your wellness visits with an acupuncturist, part of their treatment usually, and I don't speak for every acupuncturist on the planet. Everyone has their idea of what's best with regard to treatment protocol or even just general wellness visits. But here at Acupuncture is My Life, we're constantly reinforcing chi and blood. Great circulation of chi and blood throughout the body gives the human organism the advantage it needs, the platform it needs to heal itself. And I can just start there. But back to Nella, night sweats can be an early sign of cancer. And they can also be a side effect of cancer treatment. This is why, again, when you're undergoing radiation therapy, chemotherapy, acupuncture's a great form of adjunctive care. And tons of hospitals recommend acupuncture as a form of post-treatment for cancer therapy. And this is why it's great to follow us on every platform, because you'll learn how much you or a loved one or simply a colleague can benefit from acupuncture. And so she became concerned, but I just wanted to calm her down. She promised she's going to go see the specialist I recommended, get to the bottom of it. because there's a series of cancers that present with night sweats in the beginning, and those are like lymphoma, liver cancer, leukemia, bone cancer, carcinoid tumors, and mesothelioma. So this is just food for thought to think about. If you see yourself constantly, night after night after night, waking up in pools of sweat, and you just can't figure out, or maybe even your doctor can't figure out what's wrong. They should be able to. Here's just food for thought. Because night sweats as a symptom of cancer tend to be persistent. It's not spread out, spontaneous, or sporadic. It's like every night. Sporadic night sweats are like menopausal symptoms. That happens sporadically. Or just night sweats as a result of a change in seasons, or having had a bad dream. Those are sporadic or spontaneous night sweats. But what's more indicative of cancer are the night sweats that persistently happen every night, and you're soaked. And it requires that, you change your sleepwear, whether it's pajamas, whatever you wear, to bed. So be conscious. It's not like, oh, I sweat. I was sweating on Tuesday night, but today's Thursday. I didn't sweat Wednesday night. These are sporadic night sweats. Pregnant women sporadically sweat at night. People with low blood sugar, stress, hypothyroidism, different types of bacterial infections, anxiety, even some prescription meds. Its side effects can cause night sweats. But there are several reasons why various types of cancers cause night sweating. And this is why I say, guys, please see your acupuncturist, local acupuncturist. If you can't find one, contact Acupuncture is my life. Follow Acupuncture is my life. Because there's so much you can learn. And many people contact us, thanks. Or they'll contact us to build on a video they may have seen, or a blog they may have read, or what have you. Or even a podcast, something that was discussed in a podcast. Constantly doing telehealth conferences. And many are amazed. Oh my gosh, Dr. Lott, I didn't know. Acupuncture treated that. But as I'd explained to Nella from Iceland, she'd wanted to know, like, how can cancer cause night sweats? She'd ask. Like, take for instance lymphoma. Lymphoma typically triggers a fever because lymphoma cells produce chemicals that triggers a rise in body temperature. That's one example. And let's take a look at leukemia. Leukemia places limitations on the number of immune cells in which your body produces. And if you were to ever become infected with, let's say, a virus or bacteria or whatever, your body's naturally going to want to fight off this infection, which will automatically increase your body's temperature. Even spoke about liver cancer. Tumors of the liver tends to use up a lot of blood sugar. And when your blood sugar levels drop below a certain level, your body begins to produce an exorbitant amount of adrenaline, which can cause sweating to occur. And you can also, let's say, carcinoid tumors. Carcinoid tumors tend to secrete serotonin, which makes you sweat. And I was very detailed with her, and she's like, wow, she was unaware of that. But yeah, these profuse sweating night after night after night can be a symptom of cancer. And it's something, that you need to look into right away. Because again, I'll say it, health is wealth. It is. And you know what? Pause for a second. No matter what you're doing, unless you drive, even if you're driving a car, pull over to the side, put your blinkers on, put the car in park. If you're jogging, you're climbing stairs, stop and just do me one favor. Close your eyes. This will be quick. Close your eyes and say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. Now open them. Boom. Look at how you feel. There's no reason why at this point your next objective shouldn't be you have to follow Acupuncture is my life, because there's so much that you have to learn. It's no reason why you shouldn't. We're here for you, offering so much information to your avail. This is why people are calling. I mean, like I said, I didn't know we had an audience in Iceland, but hey, I guess it's good to know, but sweating at night, I mean, this is something to think about. But that's not your only symptom. It wouldn't be your only symptom, and I'd explained it to her. Other symptoms, if it's as a result or a symptom of cancer, other symptoms can include, unexplained weight loss, constant fatigue, excess bruising, along with fever. And if you're experiencing these symptoms, along with telling your acupuncturist or discussing it with Acupuncture is my life, tell your doctor as well. Tell your doctor as well. They're there for you just as much as, or almost as much as we are. Because people are accessing Acupuncture is my life globally. There's no reason why you shouldn't be. If you're faced with any type of disorder, Because acupuncture, I mean, you'll be surprised how much you can benefit from it. Download the app. Download the app from the Google Play Store. To engage in private chat sessions and discussing how many ways you can benefit from acupuncture. But, you know, I'm anxious to hear how things turned out with Nella. And unfortunately, we don't have any colleagues in Iceland we were able to recommend her, but she's going to, you know, do her own homework. And in the coming weeks, her and her family are planning a trip to New York City. So she plans on stopping in to one of our New York City clinics. Even if things panned out just for a wellness treatment. I mean, after our conversation, her world changed. And this is why I have you guys close your eyes and say acupuncture is my life, and then open it. Because we're here to change your world. And I'll leave you with this. Acupuncture is my life. What's yours?